I mean, again, it depends on your financial situation. If your financial situation is not good, for example, and you open up a place in 3 months, you have to pay your staff, your rent, this, that, and you don't have backup financially,
No cash flow.
no cash flow, then you're in trouble because you don't have enough business, you have no cash flow. If you don't have backup, then you're finished. Then you have to shut down, unfortunately. Give or take, you need to give at least 6 months to a year. If you shut down in 3 months, it's like unfortunate because you can see it's just really not happening.
So basically, to start a business for the new guys, if you guys want to start a business, what we understand is that if you want to start
6
any
months to a year,
business,
yeah.
a cash flow of 6 months to 1 year should be there.
Should be there, yeah. There was a situation.
A bad thing
A
happened.
bad thing happened, yeah. And would you be interested? Yes. So I had maybe about, at the end, maybe in a month or so, I maybe had about 30 stores that were buying from me.
Wow.
Yeah. About 30 stores.
So one store a day.
Yeah, almost. Yeah. I had enough customers, and of course, I gave them a credit line too. Some was cash, some was credit, but okay, doesn't matter. And I did that for about a year and a half. And then something really bad happened.
In New York.
In New York, yeah. So after that move, after I was doing that, of course, I was doing very well. I was doing very well. I was very happy, and it didn't take even much of my time because all I had to do is
Import and distribute.
I think that time it was still faxing. I can't remember, but I
Yeah.
just have to send an email or this or that to my supplier. He will pack it up, send it to me, and then I get my orders from the customers, and I distribute them within that 1 day or 2 days, and then I'm done.
So is it that time when Amazon was kicking off in America? Are we talking about some, or
Yeah,
you
it's
heard
early
about
90s.
Amazon?
No, I didn't really hear
Because
much
Amazon
about
is, I
Amazon.
think, 1993 or
Yeah,
1997
it
or
just
something like
started,
that.
but it was not really
That boom or that
no.
people
That
seeing
time it was more of doing it this way.
this way, and
Yeah,
internet
yeah.
was
Door
just
to door, this
just
and that.
starting. Internet
Just
was
starting,
just
yeah.
starting.
Yeah, not really happening.
Not really happening. So it was face to face business.
Yeah, face to face.
Yeah.
So like I said, I used to give credit, some cash, some credit, but I did very well. That was making me enough money for basically no one to work.
Wow.
I think Ratna was not working, or maybe she was a bit here and there, but I was just basically focusing on business. So I think what to order, new items to order, they come again, but you can't keep distributing it's not, the distribution was like every week almost actually. So I bring in a bulk. This week they will take this, maybe next week they take consoles, maybe the following week they'll take accessories. So I was busy anyway, well, not really busy, but busy enough, right? But a lot of free time to obviously enjoy life.
And basically, you were roaming around New York, going to the States, this and that.
Yeah, a lot of traveling. I was traveling up and down, generally going to Atlantic City casinos.
Because I have heard the like this New York is the east side. Please correct me if I'm wrong.
Yeah.
And the most lovable or a good place for weather is like California, the west side.
Yeah, correct.
Los
Orlando,
Angeles, San Francisco, Orlando.
Yeah.
The left side. The west side.
Yes, the west. And I used to go up to those Orlando and the east, not so much the East Coast, but then of course Atlantic City as well. I used to go up to a lot. So that was that. So then after I told you, at some point in time there was a situation.
A bad thing happened.
A bad thing happened, yeah. So I bought a dog. It was a Lhasa Apso, quite an expensive dog. I think it was worth about $900 US.
Oh, okay.
And I just got it, and I was walking the dog on where I used to live in New York, in Elmhurst.
Yeah.
And then suddenly 4-5 guys came up, whoever they were. I presume they were Mexican or Spanish or whatever. Mexican, Spanish.
Oh, so brown one.
Yeah. So and I know for sure they had this brass knuckles. Yeah, and they whacked me over here. And until today, I have this metal plate in my head that because obviously the skull was cracked, right? So they had to put a metal plate inside here. Anyway, I fell down, and I obviously got up after some time, and I went home and I told Ratna, my wife, that this happened. She goes, "You okay?" I don't know what I told her. I just went down and lied on the bed, and she goes, "You okay?" I said, "Yeah, just leave me alone." Right? So I was lying in the bed and whatever. And because Ratna did not know what to do, because I told her, leave me alone. I said, I just got smashed. And where's the dog? Is gone. It got stolen, right? They stole the dog, of course.
So they came for the dog.
They came for the dog.
Because it was a very expensive dog.
Yes, very expensive dog, which they would sell it and whatever.
And of course make some money out of it.
Money, yeah. So then after some time, I was unconscious. I woke up and then Ratna said, "You okay?" I said, "I don't know, whatever. Just don't talk to me. I'm on the mood," right? And then my sister came back home. At that point, my sister was there on vacation.
From Dubai?
From at that point, she was staying in Dubai, yeah.
Okay.
And then she just came from Dubai to visit me, yeah. And so she came back home and said, "What happened to you?" I said, "These guys whacked me." And she said, "Are you crazy? You got a whack in your head. You could be internally bleeding and this and that. What are you doing sitting over here lying down? You know, let's go to the hospital." So then we called the ambulance. The ambulance came, brought me to the nearest hospital. And I was just sitting there. I said, "Listen, I cannot sit here forever. I'm dying in pain. I just need some painkillers. They have to assess me first and see what the issue is before they give me whatever." I said, "No, there's no time for assessment. I need painkillers now. Do something now. I cannot just sit here. There's a lot of people. I'm dying in pain. They cannot do anything." I got angry and I just got up and left. And I took
like
taxi,
that.
Yeah, and went home. And then Anju said, "This is stupid, Kavi. What are you doing?" I said, "No, I don't. I cannot. I'm dying of pain. I really do something now, right now.
Or else I'm leaving.
Or else I'm going to get. I don't know what's happening inside, but I'm dying in pain. I cannot wait here an hour or 2 hours. They're not giving me any information of when they're going to give me some painkillers." So then Anju called my cousins. They came right away in their car, brought me to a private hospital because that was public ambulance, right? Brought me to a private hospital. Immediately, they gave me the painkillers. Immediately. And they took care of me. I was in hospital maybe 10 days because it was totally bad. And of course, after even I came out of the hospital, it's like my whole face was like a tomato, totally swollen up, like because big blow, right? So it's totally swollen up like this. So I had to rest another 1-2 weeks, no work, no nothing. Explained to all of my clients that I cannot do anything, but I'll be back in action. But I didn't go back into action.
Okay.
I was so pissed off with the whole thing, and I told my ex-wife then. I said, "Listen, we're going to London now." Because I don't like this, and the situation has really put me off.
So basically, it was not good. It was a putting off situation.
I don't care about money, don't care about anything. I just got my extension for my L1, L2 business visa.
Okay.
But I say it doesn't matter now because I don't need it, and we have British passports, right?
Yeah.
So let's go. Ratna had a BNO passport, and I had a British passport, so I can obviously sort out. She's married to me, so boom. She called a couple of friends, in London, and said, "Listen, can we come and stay with you first until we find a place?"
So basically, New York.
You like about 2 years.
2 years.
Yeah.
Okay.
Like about 2 years. Yeah.
Fine.
And then from there to London. So London, we went to London, which was exciting. London is that time was very vibrant, very busy.
And that was the first time you have been to London.
Yeah. And the first time I also been to New York, I think. I'm not sure because I may have gone with my parents in the past.
And all these locations, you had people you knew before, or you were just there and you made your people around? Like you went there, did you know people in New York before?
No, nobody.
So
I have cousins, that's it.
Okay. And in UK, did you know people? Or
no, I didn't really know anybody. But I have cousins, but I don't know them.
Okay, of course.
I didn't know anyone.
Okay.
And Ratna did.
So you were on your own?
Always.
Okay.
He knew somebody called Amrit Thapa, so called him and said, "Listen, me and Kavi want to move to London. Can we stay with you for a while? Do you have some space?" Okay, no problem, come. So we went there. I think we stayed for about 2 or 3 weeks. Because you see, London is a sort of place where you cannot just go there and get a flat. It doesn't work that way. Unlike in Denmark, it's different. You can come here, you have the money. They don't even care where you work, what you do. You pay the deposit, boom, you're in. Simple. But in the UK, they are estate agents. And when you go to an estate agent and you want to rent a flat, they will ask you, okay, you need to have documentation. What? Work reference. Where are you working? Well, I'm not. I just got here. Okay. Professional reference. You know somebody here that can vouch for you as a professional? No, I don't have that. Okay. You have a landlord's reference. Have you rented a place here before? No, I don't have that because I just came here now. Right? So, okay, you don't have anything. Bank reference. You have a bank reference, so we can ask the bank to see if you can afford the place. No, I don't even have a bank account yet. So I just got here. So not working. I said, "Listen, how about if I pay you 1 year straight up? I pay." That's possible. So that we can do. Right? So that was what I did. And I basically paid 1 year advance rent for a place in Sutton. And we moved in right away. And within a year, basically, maximum a year, we bought our first place.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, within a year, we bought our first place, me and Ratna together.
Nice.
And then at that point in time, I was working in an estate agent.
And now we are saying like you are in your mid-30s.
Right? Yeah.
33.
No. Late 20s.
Oh, 29, 20.
Yeah, 20, 28, okay. 29, like this.
So you got your first property in 29, 28, something like that.
No, I would say by 22, 23 was New York, and then maybe by 25, 26, I was already in London.
Okay.
25, 26, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, something like that. Yeah.
Okay.
So like just over mid-20s.
Okay. And still no babies, just you and Ratna?
Yeah. Okay. No. In fact, me and Ratna never had kids.
Okay.
Yeah, so that never happened.
Okay.
Okay, so then I was working in a estate agent, renting and selling properties, and Ratna was working in a salon, a nail salon.
Okay.
Yeah, she was working in a nail salon, and in this nail salon, basically, no, I think before that I was doing something else. That was something quite crappy. But then I think
when you just landed, you just find some stuff.
I was working as a traffic warden.
Oh, okay.
Initially.
Okay.
And then
you told me about some parking. You used to do parking fines and all that. You know, that was that time.
Yeah. So initially, the first job was whatever I could find. Right.
Of course.
Ratna wasn't working yet. I was starting as a parking attendant, issuing tickets to people who were parked incorrectly.
Of course.
Okay.
That was a survival mode.
Yeah. And then Ratna found a job. I helped her actually find a job, yellow pages and stuff.
Yeah.
Nail salons, this, and then she got a job in a salon. And in that salon, there was a person called Kim, who was a customer of that salon. And then, Ratna just started talking to her about my husband and this and that and what he's good. He knows how to talk and blah, blah, whatever. And she goes, okay, how about you ask him if he's interested in working in a real estate agency. I have one in Balam. Maybe he's interested in that, and we can talk about it. She goes, yeah. So she told me about the job offer, and I said yes. I called up Kim, and I went down, and she employed me right away.
Wow.
Yeah. So she employed me, and I was one of her best brokers. I used to, in fact, in 1 month, I remember I rented out pretty much one flat a day, which means 30 flats in a month.
Oof.
A lot of commission, a lot of this, a lot of that. So it's good money. I did that for a few years. And whilst I was doing that for a few years, I also started buying my own properties.
Oh.
So the one I was...
you were already in the game.
In the game, yeah. So I was interested in real estate. And then besides having my own place with Ratna, I bought 3 more flats in London. So, in Sutton, in Surrey. And this was all actually in the same place. It's the same building. So first I bought the ground floor. Then I got the opportunity to buy the first floor. And then finally I got the opportunity to buy the second floor. So the whole building I bought. And then in some point of time, I also, me and Ratna were not getting along. She at that time, of course, she was working in the nail salon. But then again, I helped her, or we helped each other to advance in her career. So she opened up a nail salon of her own.
Near place where you were living?
In the city, in Marylebone. So
it's proper city. It's gonna be like 1 hour drive from
no drive. No, about half an hour.
Half an hour. Okay.
Yeah. So she opened a nail salon, and until today, she still has that nail salon. But
there,
moved in a different location only.
Oh.
But she's still in the same business.
You helped her opening that salon.
Yeah, set up. Yeah. And I helped her as much as I could in whatever I could do. Yeah. Of course. And then, so whilst I was busy developing in my properties, she was busy developing her business
startup. Yeah, of course.
And she brought her sister from Nepal and helped her also, of course. And she brought another sister from Nepal. So there were all 3 sisters, helping each other in that business. Whilst today, I don't think any of them are there. They got married. One went back to Nepal. One moved out.
Are you still in touch with them or no?
A very strange thing actually happened recently. I actually have not been in touch with my ex, you can say.
Yeah, of course.
For 20 years. But just last week, I decided to call her because I was also thinking a lot about London, and she just popped up in my head. I said, okay, let me just send her a Facebook request. She accepted, and we had a chat for an hour.
Wow.
Yeah, this is about 3-4 days ago.
That is good news.
So I know bits about her now. She knows bits about me, and that's that. Yeah, and of course, when I do go to London the next time, we will visit. Have a meal or whatever, and have a chat. Yeah, like that.
Oh, nice, nice. So this is your London. We are 5 years in London now.
Yeah, about 5 years. Yeah. So she was doing well in her business. I was doing well in my property development. But then it reached a point where our marriage was failing, and we decided
to set apart,
to call it quits. At that time, I was not living in Sutton anymore with her in my house. I rented out that place,
of course,
to a friend, and I moved into a very big place in the city with Ratna.
In London.
Yeah, because I wanted to be in the city, no more out there.
Okay.
Yeah. So we were staying in a place called Putney, which is quite prominent, just a little bit on the west, right? Or east, actually, the east. And, actually, it's west, sorry. Yeah, southwest London. Yeah, okay. Putney, yeah. And we stayed there for about 6 months. But again, our relationship was just not working out. And we decided to call it quits. So we got it done, right?
Okay.
And at that point, I still tried to work it out with her. And she did not obviously know where to go because the flat we were staying in was my flat again. And I had the other flats that I owned. So she goes, Kavi, can you help me? Can I rent out one of your places? I said, okay, fine. So I had to give a notice to one of my tenants to vacate, and she was in there. So she stayed there for a while until we were settling the house we bought together. So once that was settled, I kept the house, right? So now
and you paid her off.
And now I have 4 properties, right? And the bank paid her off, and she bought a penthouse.
Ah, nice.
It was the same area, but a penthouse.
Yeah.
So she stayed there, and I then decided I want to move to the Philippines because then I just got bored of London as well.
Oh, okay.
So I sold all my properties, made some money because they were all just very quickly, they were not really matured yet. I mean, there's a few years here and there, you made some money, and that was that. And I took all that money, went to the Philippines. Fact is that I got bored of London, and I decided to sell all my properties in London, and which I sold quite quickly, made a few bucks here and there, and then I moved to the Philippines. Okay, so when I sold all my properties, I was in touch with my father.
Okay.
And my father
because he was all the time in Philippines.
Yeah, he was in the Philippines. He moved from Hong Kong to the Philippines quite a while back.
Yeah.
In fact, he moved in 98 or 99.
Okay.
When China took over Hong Kong in 97, I moved in 98 of January to the States, to New York. And then 99, he moved to the Philippines. Yeah. So and then my mother was still staying in Hong Kong, and Anju, my sister, moved to Dubai.
Okay.
So everybody left.
Okay, everybody left
after the turnover. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so basically, I sold my properties. I went to the Philippines, and before I went to the Philippines, I was just chilling, relaxing, taking it easy because I had basically made money in the properties, and at that point, I forgot, I left out something. So I was working in an estate agent still, but I left that estate agent because a landlord really liked me. And he goes, Kavi, listen, instead of working here, I'll give you a better salary, but you work in my properties only. And his name was Simon, and he had about 100 properties. And he used to rent his properties through us. And I was the man always dealing with it.
Wow.
So he says, Kavi, why you want to work with Kim? She's not even giving you much money. Work with me. I'll increase it. Plus, you'll make higher commission on all the properties that you rent.
Yeah.
I'll give you your own office.
Wow.
And everything you need. So he got me an office. He fixed it up. We called it London Property Lettings Limited. And Kavi was the only one there, one-man show. And then you can just do whatever you want to do. So these are the properties we have. We have about 3 or 4 to rent out every month, a few to sell every time. And we have this guy called Trevor, and Trevor's our handyman. So any issues with the flats, or when tenants call you, fix this problem, that problem, you have Trevor. You tell Trevor what to do, he does it. Simple as that.
So you just manage, you're the property manager.
Property manager. That exactly was my title, property manager. And I did that for a further 3-4 years. Besides, before I decided to sell the properties in London.
Okay. So it's basically now 8 years in London.
Yeah, something like that. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. That part we skipped. Okay, and at that point, I then sold the properties. But of course, I was talking to my father. My father wanted to open up a business in the Philippines. He had various businesses that most of it didn't work. He goes, okay, Kavi, do you want to join me in this concept that I have? And that concept is called Peso 88. All items under 88 pesos.
Okay.
Okay, so whatever we buy, we import from China. So I said, I don't want to import with you, right? But I will help in terms of opening up retail stores in the Philippines to sell your stuff.
Oh,
but
okay.
I'm not going to.
You import and I sell.
Yeah. He's always the importer, and I sell retail, right?
Okay.
So I mean, he can do retail as well, but
he was comfortable in that zone.
Yeah. So he says, Kavi, but I want you to. I mean, you have some spare funds now as well. I want to consider. At that point, he had a restaurant actually. It was not doing well. It was an Asian restaurant selling this, that, and the other. He asked me to involve myself, and then I said no. And then he said, okay, Kavi, you're coming to Philippines, right? I said, yes. He said, okay, then you open the stores and I'll import. I said, do that. So I came. When I came, within a week or so, the stuff came. 2 huge 40-foot containers of all kinds of crap. And then he already got one store ready. He said, Kavi, you know what? You take the store. It doesn't matter. I'll look for another store. I said, okay, fine. So I took the store. Then he goes, no, Kavi, you know what? My office is here. Give me the store. You look for another store. I said, okay, fine. No problem. Right?
Either way.
Yeah, either way. It doesn't matter. Right? I had money. I didn't care. I bought a very nice pickup. It was called a F-150. Put under chassis, blue lights, HID lights, a powerful system, amplifiers, woofers, all kinds of stuff at the back.
Hooked it up properly.
Hooked it up properly. It's like something you would see in the Fast and the Furious.
Okay.
Anyway, I did that first. And then I looked for shops with my dad. And we found the first shop and we took it. And to cut a long story short, basically, he was importing, but his stuff was boring. It wasn't enough, you know. At the end, I opened up 5 stores and he opened up 2.
Retailing the same stuff.
Retailing the same stuff. And then, of course, in the Philippines, we have a lot of other wholesalers in a place called Divisoria and Quiapo and Ermita, no, not Ermita, Quiapo and Divisoria. So in these places, we used to go there also and talk to these wholesalers. It's like a huge market, 99 market, 88 market, all markets, huge markets, thousands of stores selling China-made products and mostly run by Chinese, of course. So we used to talk to them, okay, I want this item, this item, this item, this item, and we used to get wholesale prices. And then, of course, we take them and retail them in our stores. So we have a bigger variety because what my father imported wasn't a huge variety. And it would get sold out, and we don't want to import again because it's a lot of hassle to release stuff in the Philippines, pay this, pay that. It's just not worth it. So we basically diversified into the fact that, okay, we just buy locally. We had a lot of Indian suppliers as well, selling clothes and this and that and accessories and all kinds of stuff. So it's like anything we can sell, but we want to make at least a margin of 100%, which means if we sell at 88, it needs to be 44 or less. Otherwise, no fun, because otherwise we won't be able to make money and cover costs or even make a living, right? But then this wasn't working out.
There were 5 stores also,
not working. Some was working, some was making, some was losing. Plus minus, I was dying. It was not happening, and I was not knowing what to do. Telling me, Kavi, open stores to clear the goods, sell the goods, right? This is what it is. It's a I'm a franchisee, right? So I have to pay him, of course, for the franchise, use his name. So it was Peso 88, run by Speedy K. Speedy K was my company, okay? So we did that for about 2 or 3 years, and I was dying, not making money, and it was not happening. Some stores yes, some stores no. So I closed on one, and the other few were still hanging and banging, and I did not know what to do, and I really did not know what to do, and money was just drying up, and my lifestyle was also too much as well. Flashy car, live in a very expensive place, and in that point of time, when I did move to the Philippines initially, I used to go, bar hopping and this and that, and I met a person called Janice, and we met at a bar, and we got along. We didn't speak for a week, and then we spoke again, and then we met again, and I came to pick it up with my F-150. She was like, "Wow, right? Off the hook."
So now we are in 2010.
Something like that, yeah.
Okay.
Something like that, yeah. That would be quite right, yeah.
Yeah.
I opened up these 4-5 stores within 8 months.
Wow.
Very quickly again, as I do things very quick, and then
so when you plan, you do it or you don't do it. It's like that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And of course, I got a lot of push from my father because, Kavi, we just bought 2 containers. I have 1 store. I can't liquidate the stuff. I can't wholesale it because there are wholesalers already doing it in the Philippines. So you need to retail my stuff. So you need to open more stores. So he kept looking for me as well. I kept looking with them. Okay, open. Some locations were good. Some are not so good. If you open in Makati, your rents are more expensive. The location is good. The rents are more expensive, and you'll more than likely do okay. So the final stores we actually had left were the ones in Makati that were doing well, but all the surrounding ones are just not doing well. Where I used to live in Las Piñas.
So no flow of customers.
Not enough power because you were not in the city, right? Yeah, I can explain more about that. I mean, even recently, my father opened up a restaurant, for example, Japanese restaurant / sushi, Japanese restaurant / bar club, right? At certain times. But the location was in Makati, but it was inside a mall. And people can't see it, they don't know where it is, and it's not going to happen. Then within 3 months, he shut it down. Took a big loss. Then within a few months, very luckily, he just happened to come by a derelict place, looks boarded up and everything. Who's here? What's happening? Good location, but who's here? Who's the owner? What's happening? He happened to just knock on the bug, and some old man came out and said, and my father said, "Listen, is this place for rent? Like, who are you? Are you the owner?" They said, "Yeah, I am the owner. This place for rent." Well, we're thinking about it. I said, "Well," he says, "rent it to me then, right?" And apparently they made a deal, very good rent, because the place was derelict. So my father had to spend quite a lot of money to fix it, for example. And that cost a bomb. But anyway, today it's only been open for the grand opening, in fact, was yesterday, and it's only been open for like a month and a half, and it's doing well.
Wow.
Because location is prime location, on the main spot, kind of near the red light district, but that's good because it's busy area, restaurants, people, foreigners, everything.
So in business, location is very important.
100%. If it's retail, it has to be location.
Even wholesaler doesn't matter. We have warehouse here, there.
Yeah. But retail business, especially restaurant business, I mean, if you're in a mall, in a food court, that's different, okay? But if you just a one-off restaurant in a mall somewhere here and there, where you have to send people out to advertise and flyers and this and that, no, it's just it's going to take too long
to get people acquainted and hooked.
To get people acquainted, regular customers, this, that, and there plus the other Japanese restaurants around. But and the way my father has done it is very flashy and a lot of lights and very big, and people can see it. And in fact, 2 days ago there was a queue outside of about 30 feet.
Wow!
To go inside. So that's what I'm saying. Number one, location, and
And your father is now 82.
No, my father is now 79.
Even whatever point of life you are in business, ups and downs can come.
Very common.
And if ups and downs come, you should not lose hope out of it.
Like, for example, Elon Musk. How many times did he lose with Tesla?
Yes.
How many times did he lose a lot of things? But it somehow worked out, right?
So the key is never give up.
Never give up. If you have a dream, just go for it and keep going for it and keep going for it and keep going for it and keep going. If you fail, you will fail. But keep going. Keep at it. Keep at it. That's the only way.
Okay.
You will succeed. It's just a matter of time. I mean, again, it depends on your financial situation. If your financial situation is not good, for example, and you open up a place, in 3 months you have to pay your staff, your rent, this, that, and you don't have backup financially.
No cash flow.
No cash flow. Then you're in trouble because you don't have enough business, you have no cash flow. If you don't have backup, then you're finished. Then you have to shut down, unfortunately. Give or take, you need to give at least 6 months to a year. If you shut down in 3 months, it's like unfortunate because you can see it's just really not happening.
So basically, to start a business for the new guys, if you guys want to start a business, what we understand is that if you want to start any business, a cash flow of 6 months to 1 year should be there.
Should be there, yeah.